Hello, Greek and Roman history students. In this video, I will be taking you through what the student-led discussions are, the expectations surrounding them, and how to be engaged fully in this assessment. The purpose of the student-led discussion is to give each of you, in small groups, the opportunity to take a leadership role in the course by synthesizing course material into an engaging product and then leading your peers in a discussion of that material. During the discussions that you are not leading, you will be participating as normal. The how of leading these discussions is this. Step 1, which many of you are already in the process of completing, is getting organized and putting together a rough plan of how your group will approach the task. This should include who will be responsible for certain tasks, what form your prompt will take, who will post it, and who should be monitoring the discussion board at particular times. This isn't a formal submission, but I do encourage you to post this into your leadership group discussion board by the end of week 1 or early in week 2 so that I can see if you're on track and, if necessary, help you get there. Step 2 is designing your multimedia prompt, a prompt simply being a product that encourages discussion. Your prompt should address the material for the 2 weeks that your group is leading discussion. For example, the A groups will be addressing the material for weeks 3 and 4, which deal with Odysseus and Agamemnon and their respective leadership styles. The prompt should not be a full summary of the material. The expectation, after all, is that the participants are reading the material themselves. It should instead present the main themes and ideas and things which your group has found most important or interesting about the ancient leaders and their leadership styles. It should also ask some questions that get the participants thinking and will then draw them into a deeper dialogue with each other. Above all, the prompt should be engaging and should promote discussion. There are 2 important things to note here. First, while you may use any medium or media you wish for your prompt, think carefully about what will best engage the participants by reflecting on what you and your group members respond best to. Is it simply reading text off a page or a PowerPoint, or is it from videos, witty posters, and other technology-driven media? Further, consider which is more creative, pulling a video from YouTube to illustrate a point or making one tailor-made for the material. Finally, do you wish to combine the 2 weeks of material into a single prompt or to split them up? Second, when it comes to asking questions that get the discussion rolling, the number and nature of them can be tricky to decide. Simple questions may be easy to answer, but they don't encourage deep thinking, whereas questions that are too complex may be difficult to approach. Also, if you ask too few questions, the participants might get bored with the discussion, but too many and they might not know where to begin. These are not decisions I can make for you, but they should be things that your group discusses as you plan your prompt. My only suggestion is to aim for balance. Step 3 is actually leading the discussion, which is where the leadership skills of your group will be most tested. Your prompt should be posted by 8 a.m. on the Monday the discussion starts. Much of how your group acts during this time will be reactionary based on how the participants are engaging with your prompt and the material, but will nevertheless require an active presence by the group on the discussion board. If there is a high level of on-point engagement by the participants, then your leadership style may be more laissez-faire. If, however, participation is limited, you may need to be a bit more charismatic to draw your peers in and to encourage participation. The odd congratulatory remark on a strong post or nudge in the right direction can definitely help, but overdoing it could take opportunities away from the participants. Step 4 is evaluating the participants. This is the form that you will be using to do this, which will be submitted to me by email by one member of your leadership group the week after the discussion is completed. The criteria for assessment can be found in the assessment section of the course website at the bottom of the student-led discussion page, as can this rubric, or this form rather. Finally, how is this evaluated? The grade for this assessment is broken into 2 parts. The leadership aspect, which includes the prompt and management of the discussion, makes up 15% of the final grade, and the participation in the other 2 discussions make up 5% and are evaluated by the leadership groups running those discussions. The prompt and leadership are broken up into 3 categories as shown in this rubric. The first category assesses the grammar, spelling, punctuation, and overall organization of the prompt and the discussion. The second is concerned with the manner in which the prompt and questions are designed, particularly the way in which they align with the topics of the course and their ability to promote deeper thinking and learning. The third addresses the group's understanding and synthesis of the course material and the creativity and effectiveness of the prompt. I hope that this clarifies how to go about completing your student-led discussion. If you have any additional questions, you can send them by email, the Ask the Instructor discussion board, or in your own leadership group discussion board, which I will be monitoring frequently. Best of luck.